Well, as we were hearing there from David, this is Donald Trump's first real big legal challenge since becoming the president. Let's analyse this a little bit further with Corey Schneider, who's a professor at Brown University and who actually previously outlined the reasons why he thinks that this ban is unconstitutional. Thank you very much for joining us. Just explain to us on what grounds the court rejected to reinstate this ban.
They cited several arguments, as you said, many of which I outline in the piece. One is they cited the violation of the free exercise clause. Our Constitution guarantees the free exercise of religion in its First Amendment, and the court said that it was likely that this was violated. There also was a concern about the equal protection of the laws guaranteed in our 14th Amendment and applied through the 5th to the federal government. And there was also a mention of the concern related to free exercise about the establishment or favoring of religion.
Now, there were a couple of issues here. Of course, the travelling from those 7 mainly Muslim countries, but also the refugees. What was decided in that circumstance?
There was an attempt by the government to try to get the court, obviously what they wanted was the ban to be reinstated in its original form from the executive order. But there was a hedge, I think in the briefs and certainly at oral argument, to try to partially allow the ban to go through, and the court rejected that idea.
Now, we saw Donald Trump tweeting, "See you in court." This will obviously now go to the Supreme Court, but we heard that Neil Gorsuch will not be confirmed in time for that. What impact will that have on this?
I mean, I think personally, my prediction is that this is going to be either a unanimous or close to a unanimous ruling. These aren't partisan points that the court is making. The idea that you don't intentionally discriminate or you don't use animus as a basis for discriminating against a religion, which is what the court is saying here, the Ninth Circuit, that isn't something that's just a Republican issue or a Democrat issue. And what Donald Trump has done, unfortunately, is rely on intentional discrimination towards Muslims, as is evidenced through Rudy Giuliani's statements, his own statements, and some of the favoring of Christians over Muslims when it comes to allowing people into the country, refugees into the country. All of those things really, I think, doom this, not for partisan reasons, but for legal reasons.
But we get the impression that Donald Trump will not take this lying down and he'll keep fighting to get his way. What else can he do in that case?
Well, I think this is a real lesson in the way that the rule of law and the Constitution works. I think that, and frankly, from the campaign on, he hasn't understood that he's not somebody who can do whatever he wants. He's limited by the Constitution and its provisions. And just trying to bully this through by continuing to appeal is not going to work, especially with the high level of federal judiciary. They know the law. They know that intentional animus is ruled out by the Equal Protection Clause and the Free Exercise Clause, and they certainly know that favoring one religion over another is ruled out by the Establishment Clause. And those are the reasons why I think this is doomed to fail. Unfortunately, it was an early initiative and a signature initiative, and it's blatantly unconstitutional. I've been saying that from the beginning, and that's what the courts are now affirming to a district court and now the appellate court.
Professor Corey Schneider, thank you very much. We're going to cut it short.